Hello friends, Todd from Go Native Overland, and today I'm going to be investigating a place out in the Sonoran Desert that very few people have ever been to, much less have heard of. Stay with us. Well, we have arrived here at this location that I'm not going to divulge where it is, but if you do some research, and I know there's some people that are going to be trying to track out where this is in the desert out here, but I've given some context clues to where this can be located in the video, so good luck with that. I know those of you that are going to go to that effort are going to be not likely to disturb it. I've noticed this particular site, people and visitors have come in and moved some stones around and otherwise disturbed it. It is a historic location, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. In 1942, the U.S. Army established the Desert Training Center. Desert Training Center, which stretched from down near Indio in Southern California, all the way east, some 60 miles west, of Phoenix, and then north all the way to almost Searchlight, Nevada. And all of this was known as the Desert Training Center. There were 13 divisional camps. Roughly about 15,000 soldiers and support elements and things like that. There were several quartermaster depots and airfields that supported that, as well as hospital and medical units and things like that. All of those things are fairly well historically documented, but what's not really documented historically are the field camps that various units set up around the desert. Now, a field camp, each one of these units would spend multiple weeks out in the field on exercises, and they would camp in a certain area, and then every structure, of course, was a tent or something like that. And then they would break camp and move on to the next area they were going to be exercising in. And what we have here is one of those field camps. Well, let's walk around and take a look. I'm guessing this area was remains of some sort of a vehicle park. You can see the rocks laying out in straight lines here. And this, of course, could have been a place for them to erect some tents on either side of this pathway. Not sure exactly. If you have some ideas, please leave a comment below. Let's take a look at some other things. Looks like some rabbit holes or rodent holes, or looks kind of sketchy. Good place for snakes to be. Speaking of which, where are my dogs? There's one of them. Uh-huh. There's the other. Uh-huh. Smart. Leave those snake holes alone. All right. So if you're the commander of a group of about 200 soldiers, roughly early 20s, late teens, you're going to need something to keep these soldiers occupied, because when people that age get bored, young men that age get bored, they tend to cause trouble. And one of the ways of keeping them occupied is to give them a task such as laying out stone-lined walkways and things like that. Now, you'll see a lot of this in many of the divisional camps of the Desert Training Center. And as I go through my my visit of this part of the desert, I'm going to be visiting several of those. This is a particularly long walkway here, probably about 50 yards, and I'm not really sure what was going on here. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of clues. I'm going to walk down this one. Excuse the wind noise, everyone. It's rather breezy today. Well, I'm not sure why this walkway was here, what it led to, but I see some other areas we can go explore. I'm not sure what these are supposed to be. This is the letter M, and then over here, harder to discern what that is. Let's keep going. As you can see, some people have come out here and moved some stones around. This is obviously not from World War II era. This is the reason why I don't like to give location of areas, because people come out here, even though they may be well-meaning in some cases, they tend to destroy what historical elements there are. In fact, this entire area over here, people moved rocks around and stones around and created a huge peace sign out here, which of course is not from the historical era of World War II. Well, I stand corrected. I thought originally this was a peace sign that somebody had erected there and messed up the things, but I think this might be maybe where a flagpole was located at some point, or something was located in the center of this circle. It's not a peace sign, but certainly mistook it for one. Let's keep looking around. So the letters A/C are spelled out here in rocks. Not sure what that could have represented. Let's see. This area right here, a long area of stones in a line. This could have been possibly an area where they established a platoon billeting here, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't seem like, it seems like it's much wider than that. This may have been the, this might have been something else. I'm not sure. Just speculating. I would guess maybe, I don't know, maybe a, motor pool area. I don't know. You can see that a BLM road runs right through the middle of this here. This here is obvious what it might be because of the shapes and the size of these circles. This was obviously a billeting area. When I say billeting area, each one of these little half circles things would have been a tent, and probably shared by 2 soldiers. And the rocks really set up dual purpose, help keep the wind out from under your tent, because the tents they had at the time did not have floors. And also help to kind of smarten it up, make it look more official, more squared away. Yep. And over here we have some of the same thing. So this leads me to believe that maybe, let me count the number of billets here and see how many I think were here. All right, I'm estimating that possibly as many as 24 soldiers occupied this space. So probably a platoon size element over here. Let's go ahead and continue on and take a look at the rest of the place. Okay, some kind of tin can of some sort. Not sure what this could have been, but it may date back to World War II. Interesting. Okay, thinking this was probably more billeting areas. Maybe, who knows, this may have even been Jeep parking. Looks like these spaces are wide enough for that. Let's see what this is here. I can't make that out. BNC something. So if you can make out what that might say or might spell out, let me know. Be kind of curious to figure out what clues they're giving us to what this space was used for. Upon further review, I think I know what BNCO means, Battalion Commanding Officer. This may have been his parking area. Thank you, Ranger. Okay, the BNCO place spelling was right over here, and there seemed to be some remains of other things spelled out here. This appears to be another one that says CO. And I can't make out at all what this one used to spell out. And if you got a guess, let me know. All right, just coming from that direction, and gonna spin around here and head this way. It's a very interesting shaped circle here. I'm not sure what this could have been, except maybe they erected the headquarters tent here. This is where maybe their command offices, maybe? Who knows? If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, we'll go that way. That's where Otter's going in a moment. I want to see this area over here. This looks like another platoon billeting area. Looks like there was a row of tents here, and then another row there, and right where that saguaro is began yet another row. All right, we found a clue here. Okay, spelled out in rocks, 2nd Platoon. That's what the 2 PLT means, 2nd Platoon. Okay, the remains of what was spelled out 1 PLT, which is 1st Platoon. So this would have been 1st Platoon's tents there. 2nd Platoon's tents right over here. Let's see if we can figure out what that final row there was. Well, it doesn't appear to be anything spelled out here in rocks. Okay, here's another perspective of what I assume would be the 3rd Platoon tent area, right where that saguaro is, where it started. And then looking over at the 2nd Platoon, you can see the rocks were laid out there roughly along the edges of where the tent was set up. So that's why you have that pointed area here, because the tent extended that direction. Yeah, let's explore a little further. All right, right over here, I'm thinking this was maybe where the company colors were raised in this area. Battalion colors, who knows? Let's look around. does look like that may have stacked up a bunch of these rocks here and propped up a flagpole of some sort in the middle. I don't know that you can tell, but there's a definite depression in the center of this walkway that stretches down through here and, let's see, continues on down this direction across the wash, but it's not lined with rock there. Well, let's follow the pathway and let's see where that leads us. That's where we just were, and we're going to go right over here where I see all of these stones laid out on the ground behind me, and we're going to investigate what that's all about. So there exists within a particular battalion several companies, and within each company or between each company, there is a definite rivalry with the other companies in the battalion. So it could be very well that each company laid out the rocks and tried to outdo the other companies in the battalion. Well, let's walk over here and let's check this out. Okay, not really sure what this could have been. Looks like maybe there was a larger tent or something here. Maybe this was the company headquarters, and this walkway right there on the right, maybe that opened up into the company headquarters tent. A little half circle here. This rock pile likely also supported a flagpole. I'm trying to shield the microphone from the wind. I know that gets pretty annoying. Well, maybe this was the captain's tent. The company CO probably, I don't know, might have slept here. If this was the actual company headquarters right there, this might have been his tent right here. Well, let's go check and see what this little pile of rocks is right here. Well, this looks more like a walkway, since it looks as if the pathway between these rocks is worn down considerably. There's another look at what I'm guessing is the company headquarters. Well, I'm going to explore this particular encampment in my next video, so stay tuned for that one. Let me see if I can look around and find some clues as to what unit was stationed here. Thanks for coming along. Leave no trace. Have a good one.